Hello, church family. So I'm going to bring you up to date on a few of the things that was discussed at our members meeting last night so that you're aware of exactly what is going on. Got a couple of announcements to make. So the first one is this. We're going to be trying something slightly new. We're going to be opening our church this coming Sunday. Yes, you heard me correctly. This is pretty exciting for us to be able to do worship. Now, the question is, what does it look like? Because bearing in mind that there's a whole series of stipulations, regulations and rules that we have to abide by as a church in this current climate. Well, the first thing is that when you arrive on Sunday morning, our service will start at 10:30. We're going to open our doors at 10:15. And when you arrive, you will have to arrive wearing a mask. And unfortunately, if you haven't got a mask, then actually we aren't going to be able to permit you to come in. So the first thing is you must bring your mask. Secondly, as you come in, you're going to be seated in, first of all, our sanctuary. And then when that's at capacity, then we'll be using the coffee shop. What we're going to do is we're going to be playing the service as you would watch at home, for those of you that watch it live or for those of you that watch it on DVDs later. We're going to be showing that on our big screen. And for those who are in the coffee shop, we're going to be playing it on the big screen in the coffee shop. This allows us to be able to kind of come together and still feel like we're doing church. It's never going to feel like it would do normally if it was a normal church service, but at least it's some sort of middle ground. Some of the extra regulations mean that actually, unfortunately, as much as the worship's going to be on the screen and at home you would be permitted to sing along, actually on Sunday that won't be permitted because we are not allowed to sing in public. At the moment we still can't quite do communion, so that's not going to be a possibility either. I mean, we're looking at ways to be able to make that work, but for the moment we're going to try this for the couple of weeks. As we move through, if this works and it's actually achievable, then bit by bit we will start adding parts of the service which will be live and parts of it which will be recorded, and doing the two things together. But to start off with, it's going to be just the normal service that you watch at home, but actually within the church itself. So I don't know about you, but that actually sounds quite exciting. The second thing that we're looking at doing is actually just a way to kind of help our church stay connected. Winter is already a difficult time for many anyways. That actually many people feel more isolated during the winter period. Then throw into the mix all of the rules and regulations that are currently in place, it's going to feel even more so. And I don't see this going away anytime soon. So we've been looking at, as a church, how do we help unite our church? So what we've decided to do is, well, we're already aware of our wider community. That's those that are not within our church. It could be our neighbours, or it could be those who live streets away from us. It could be those who use the post office. Our wider community is the obvious one. Then there's our church community, and that's, again, quite obvious as well. But we're creating something called micro-communities. Now, these are not small groups or house groups. These are quite different. Essentially, what we've done is we've kind of looked at the names of everybody within our church, and we've put everybody into a micro-community. Now, the question is how much involvement you have with that micro-community. For some, it might be that actually this is really not for you, and so therefore the most you may get will be a phone call once a month from your micro-community leader just to check that you're alive, that you're still got everything that you need, and that life is okay. But yes, for others, it may be a much more height of involvement. Each group is going to look totally different. You see, to one group, it might be that actually, I'm aware of this, they're looking at playing board games about once a week, once a fortnight, and to make sure that as they do this over Zoom, that faith is part and parcel of their conversation. Others are looking at the idea of meeting in the park and going for a walk. And again, as they talk about life, they also talk about faith. I know others are, going to be using the coffee shop as a meeting place to be able to talk life and faith. So each group's going to look very different. And that is essentially down to you and your level of involvement. So, as I said, couple of announcements that I think are actually quite exciting, and just a way to try and help us, as if this is where we're going to be for the foreseeable future, then how do we do church in the full sense of the word, not just our Sunday services? So we're going to keep unveiling new stuff as we go through, because I don't ever want us to get stagnant and just keep doing the same things. So watch this space. But thanks for watching this. So for myself and obviously Malachi, who's chilling just here, thank you very much for watching, and watch this space as we unveil more things in time to come. Thanks for watching.